Okay, we're recording.
Hey, everybody. It is
Hi.
my partner, Jessica Rios,
Hi.
and myself, Bridget McKinney, and we are here to facilitate an analysis of the Horizon Report with the ISTE standards. And this time we both focused on the same exact Horizon report. We both selected the K-12 2015 version. So that was pretty interesting that we could share the same reading. So I'm hoping we can bring a lot to the plate today. So in the 2015 K-12 Horizon report, we focused in on some significant challenges that are impeding the K-12 technology adoption. And they broke those up into three different types of challenges. And there are those that are solvable, and those challenges are the ones that, both we understand what they are and how to solve them. They're kind of tangible, and we have a plan for those. They also have difficult challenges, the ones that we understand, but the solutions are elusive, and we'll get into those in just a minute. And then the third layer of challenges are the wicked challenges, the ones that are complex to define, let alone to address or accomplish or achieve. So going back to those solvable challenges, the first one that they mentioned was creating the authentic learning opportunities and really having those hands-on, real-world, real-life experiences. And a lot of the readings about that spent a lot of time speaking to different vocational programs and internships and partnerships with the community in order to create some of these authentic learning experiences. The second point that they made, one of those easy, tangible, solvable challenges is the ability to integrate technology into teacher integration. The more we go into these challenges, you'll see that a lot of these indicators go back to teacher training and their ability to fully understand not only the technology, the tool that they're being asked to use, but really how to apply it and how to apply it with a pedagogical understanding that really contributes to thinking, whether it be computational thinking, the higher order thinking, all of that digital literacy that we've been learning so much about. And then really quickly to sum it up, because I know that our time is limited, that it moves into more difficult challenges. One of those being personalized learning and giving every learner a pathway in really achieving those goals, not necessarily a competency based, but more. I'm sorry, and I just. I just misspoke. It is competency-based, in which students can really work with mentors and plan through how they're going to reach those learning goals and overcome learning obstacles. With that, we really need to rethink the roles of teachers and how they facilitate lessons and interact with students. They must take more of a side-by-side approach as students are setting their own goals and flipping classrooms and taking on the responsibility of learning a little bit more. And those wicked challenges that they mentioned, is the ability to scale teacher innovations. We're tied to such a traditional system with heavy pieces of accountability right now that it's really hard for teachers to step outside of their box and try these, teaching innovations that can really enhance student learning. And then the final point that they make is in the wicked challenges section is the ability to teach complex thinking. And that's so intangible for a lot of people to even process, let alone teach in the classroom. And a lot of the instruction right now and the trending instruction is really revolving around coding and its ability to look at patterns, to synthesize information, to be able to effectively communicate and really build to that bigger product or bigger piece of learning. And I know that was a mouthful, Jessica. I wanted to set a good example for you so you can make those connections now.
Absolutely.
To the standards.
Now, touching base on what you mentioned about authentic learning experiences, I know one of our SD standards that we covered was SD standard for teachers, and that's model digital age work and learning. Now, again, this Horizon report, since we had the same one, it touched base on the importance of providing these authentic learning experiences so that we're able to personalize the learning of the students. It also adopts the notion that teachers need to model effective technological use in the classroom to understand that whatever we use in the classroom, whatever new innovations we create, or new products or new discoveries, that we're able to use them and execute them outside in the real world. I know that the Horizon article also talked about providing the opportunity for students to create portfolios, much like the one we're creating right now. And I think that that is very, I guess it's very rewarding for students because it gives them ownership of their own learning, which is what authentic learning experiences are all about. Moving on to the SD standards for students where communication and collaboration come in. I know that the Horizon report that we touched base on emphasizes the role of teachers collaborating with students and I guess learning from one another, because I mean, no one can really become fluent in technology because it always changes. There's always new innovations. There's always new tricks that you can learn. So just really understanding that communication and collaboration are key when in the classroom, and understanding that the students are learning as well as the teachers are learning, and it's a partnership. Moving on to the SD standards for students where technology operations and concepts. It talks about offering platforms for students to, again, engage in new products and new innovations and new resources so that they're able to problem solve and become creators of their own learning, again, tying into the authentic learning experiences. I know it also touched base on teaching students to become computational thinkers and allowing them to develop complex thinking. Moving on to the following SD standard that the Horizon report that we covered was the SD standards for coaches in the digital age learning environments. Now, this one really touched base on the need for coaches or facilitators to provide teachers with adequate training, because unfortunately many teachers do not have adequate training. And it also mentions the shift in the Horizon report as to the shift that classrooms are taking into becoming blended classrooms or partaking in hybrid classes, where not only the content is delivered in a lecture format, but also online. And I think that that's what we're noticing, is that there is a great shift, and we're shifting that way to where we're more focused on being able to provide adequate resources for students where they're able to grab hold of and gain knowledge whenever they need it, rather than solely whenever they're in front of a professor, in front of an educator, that is really at the edge of their fingertips. And again, this emphasizes the role of personalized learning, which is what that all embodies. It also discusses the need for data over good practices, because right now we have inadequate collection of data in regards to teachers who are using these resources or innovations effectively in the classroom. And then lastly, when we cover the SD standards for administrators, digital age learning culture, it emphasized the need for administrators to press the need for authentic learning experiences by figuring out how to find off-site learning facilities that are able to meet the needs of the students and have them learn and engage and become owners of their own learning experiences in a safe and adequate way. And I think that is really beneficial to the students, because in the long run, we want them to grow and to learn to become effective contributors to our society. I know it touched based on apprenticeship programs, which is definitely beneficial, or internships, which is really hands-on and really what you want students to engage in and partake in, so that they gain a wealth of knowledge that they're going to need in the future.
It feels like we're on the brink of, I guess, a revolution of teaching.
Right.
Ideas that gathered from these past two conferences with you are that the teachers are going to continue to step back and step forward in the role of mentor.
Right. Mm-hmm. They have to become more facilitators. And again, they're learning with one another. I mean, the teachers are not completely fluent. The students are not completely fluent. I mean, everyone's going to make mistakes. It's just going to be trial and error situations, and that's fine, because that's what problem solving is all about. But the good thing is that they do it together, they communicate and collaborate. Much like we're doing.
For them to how to learn. learning design. So this has been fun again.
Yes.
Appreciate the collaboration, and I look forward to our next project.
Right. We'll be seeing y'all later.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay.